Hi Capricorn, welcome to your January 2021 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Happy damn New Year to ya, and a happy damn birthday to ya. If you are celebrating your birthday in this month, I just want to say a huge happy birthday to you. Remember to fill the day of your solar return with a little bit of everything that you want this entire month to have, entire year, should I say, to have in it. So if you haven't seen it, your 2021 Tarot Scope is in the link in the description box below. If you haven't seen it, your Life Path 2021 Tarot Scope is also on the link in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look at your January 2021. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large, you have the Page of Swords, right? So this could be a very fast and interesting start to the year for you guys. It looks like you're going to be very busy. There could be meetings taking place. There could be something taking place on the work front as well. You might have some very quick developments taking place there. It looks like a lot of you as well are gearing up to make an idea solid, right? So at the moment it's all up in here, right? It's all in the mental realm, but this is about you now starting to bring it into actuality, which can see you maybe acting in ways that you haven't for a while or maybe ever, but it does suggest to me that you're going to be doing things very differently this year. Maybe, you know, the movement of your ruler and Jupiter into your second house has definitely got things percolating in the cauldron, as it were, and I think this is where they're going to start to spill out and maybe turn into something else. So nice, really nice. It does, yeah, it looks like there's either a meeting or an application that you're making. So interesting. For your money and materials, you have the Two of Swords. So lots of mental realm energy at the moment. Now, this could be good because you could have like an intuitive hunch here over the course of the month where you're thinking to yourself, right, okay, I want to do this, or I want to go in a specific direction with something, and this is about you making more money. It looks like you're putting the feelers out for something this month as well. It's like making inquiries of, okay, maybe you want to start an online store. Am I going to be able to source that stuff? What's the profit margin once I've paid for all of the goods and whatnot? It's almost like you're gathering the information that you need before you make that step. But it's certainly, there's something going on behind the scenes with you guys, which is really exciting. For your physical health and vitality, this would be your... this would be your kidneys and your lower back. Just look out for that general area over the course of this month. And when it comes to your home and environment, this month you want peace. It's kind of, I don't care what it costs, but I want peace, I want quiet, I want chilled. It's kind of like, in a lot of ways, this is your reflective time, you know, where everybody else is. And it's interesting because the sun is actually in your sign, which tends to make us, you know, it tends to give us more vitality and stuff. But I actually feel like you're going to be quite pensive this month. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. Okay, for your communications and conversations, you have the Five of Swords. So this is going to be, and I'm just going to tell you how I see it. You guys know me by now. This month, my dear Capricorns, somebody's going to call you out on something, right? It looks like you are going to have words with someone. Maybe you have something to say to them, but I will say this to you because it is the Five of Swords. The chances are they've got some stuff to say to you as well. So if you're going to go into any conversation thinking I'm just going to do the usual Capricorn thing and charge at it with the horns, you're probably going to get more than you bargained for this month. So where usually most people would just like, oh, okay, Capricorn's on a rampage, I'll take it. This month you're going to get pushed back. So you need to be prepared for that. Now, when it comes to your working environment, for those of you that work or are employed, this coupled with that Two of Swords, you may very well find that person who always gives you a bit of a weird vibe or whatever, you know, like that sort of person that you just don't like. and you're, for some reason, like, you're just like, you know what, that person don't sit right with my spirit. All right. Sometimes, you know, we have to interact with them. This could be a month where something like that bubbles over, so just be aware of it. Now, for those of you that work for yourselves, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, that Five of Swords, be very careful with your clientele over the course of this month. It's not even going to be so much about the content of what you say. It's going to be more about the quantity of what you say. It's going to be more about the quality. So be careful to choose your words wisely this month, because if it's misconstrued, it could end up really biting you in the butt at a later date. And then when it comes to your, for those of you that are retired, no longer working, that Five of Swords is basically saying to you, what are you prepared to fight for? And more importantly, what are you prepared not to put up with anymore? It's kind of like one of those things, you know, like if you're in a relationship and, you know, your partner goes out to work, but you're the stay-at-home, you know, person. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes they, you know, it becomes a bit of this. And I kind of feel like if that's the case and you're the person that's not working, you may get very vocal about it this month. For your love and relations, or your heart and half, you have the Justice card. So for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, there could be a little bit of a tussle this month, and it's more likely to be because of the miscommunication. I don't think it's that there's anything serious underlying, but this is a lot of air energy. There's a lot going on in the mental sphere this month. You know, you've got Three Swords plus the Justice card, which is literally Libra. That comes up here with the Five of Swords. Remember what I was saying about work. Something, if blown out of proportion, could end up taking a legal stance. And I got to be honest with you, with these cards, I don't think you would come out victorious. So you just need to, you know, my job is to forewarn you and therefore forearm you, right? So this is what I've got for you. When it comes to those of you that are single, I mean, the Justice card can be nice for relationship ties and connections, but I'll be honest, it kind of, I mean, the makeup nookie could be good, but if I'm honest, it looks like there's too much of a clash there. Whatever starts out at banter could just end up going beyond that and end up quite, do you know what I mean, just quite get snipey and nasty. Who needs that? Ain't nobody got time for that crap. All right, for your first week of the month, you have the Sun card. Beautiful. So your ideas and the things that you're trying to create or wanting to create is, you know, are amazing. I love this. There's definitely something being highlighted. If you have a child that has an air sign persuasion, or know of an air sign child's persuasion, this would be a good time to spend with them. You know, that's one way that I can put it. But also, I actually feel like this is going to be a professional opportunity that you will spot. I don't think this has something to do with your work. It's probably something to do with a personal project. For your second week of the month, you have the High Priestess, coupled with the Two of Swords. It looks like Saggies and Caps are the ones that we need to look out for when it comes to the old intuition this month. You guys are on fire when it comes to the intuitive energy. The Two of Swords coupled with the High Priestess, that is true psychic awareness, true psychic power, or the gift of being psychic. If you've never had it and it starts to show up, it can be really scary at points. I remember being a young person and having this stuff manifest and bricking it because I'm like, okay, I'm losing my mind. You know, and as an adult, we try to rationalize everything, so it can sometimes be worse, actually. But if you find that this is happening to you, think about looking into ways to develop it and trust your intuition, because you're going to be getting hits this month that will end up becoming very either important or illuminating to you at some point later. Your third week of the month, you have the Justice card, right? Yeah, I'm going to say this, whether you're employed or you work for yourself, be very careful about the words that you use this month. Make sure to check in that somebody understands, not that you don't speak clearly or whatever, but you know, sometimes when people are tired or they're only partially paying attention or they have selective hearing and they only hear the bit that they want to hear and then they try to blame you for it, etc. Just be very, very clear this month on what you say and how you say it. All right, because it could end up reverberating. And then for your 4th week of the month, you have the Tower card right underneath the Justice card. Just mind what you say this month. That's the only way that I can put it. When it comes to relationships, everything looks like it could be going great up to a point, and then all of a sudden, boom. One thing that I want to say to you, don't let other people interfere in your relationship this month. Especially this month of any other, because the chances are people are going to put their 2 pence in, and what they end up putting in is, I don't know, you know, like a, what's the word, you know, maybe they could just be adding oil to the fire. Let's just put it that way. And then for your key to the month, you have the Strength card. This is a good time to check in with yourself at a heart space level, to ask yourself what it is that you really want, and more importantly, who is actually feeding into this and who is not. In a way, I would say this is a month to check in with yourself for yourself. All right. So with that said, have an amazing January and birthday should you be celebrating this month. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.